Hey guys, tmanplays here with another Warno ranked game for you today. And we're going to be playing against Royce again, who is playing as the first UK here. And we're playing as 11E, or 11th. Uh, but been really enjoying this division lately. I've been playing a lot of games with this. Actually just finished up playing a tournament game against Medi with this division. Um, but it's, you know, you're basically revolving a lot around using these Milan 2s. You basically want to use your infantry Milan 2s as well. You got pretty decent AA with the Pamellas. You just don't really get a lot. That's the issue. The other thing that's very interesting is these, not that, but this 20 mil here can actually be garrisoned in a building. So that actually makes them quite good. And two of them generally stun down a helicopter. But right off the bat, we see Royce kind of using some of these P4 Milan Paras, but VBL going to be in a good position to try and deal with that. Same with our Puma Pirates there. We do lose vision on that though. Get the Para SAS unloaded, so we take out his SAS patrol. Now we're just trying to move our chasseurs into the forest area. We're also moving ahead with our Puma Pirates to get any stragglers. Some guys going to move around this right-hand flank, try and get behind his line, just slow him down, buy me time to get into here. Left-hand side, we got full control of the town area. Going to be moving our command in now. It's going to put us at a nice +4. As a Sakai goes down there to, I mean not a Sakai, a Puma Pirate goes down there to a tracked Rapier. Puma Pirates just helping me to win this infantry battle here. Now we see the Puma Pirates over here trying to help deal with these warriors as they're getting shot at by a tracked Rapier. 10% ECM. Was doing some good work there. Finally, I got hit. So, lower the altitude on this one. We're attempting to hit this warrior here. Actually going for this one first, but I do know that I retarget to this warrior in a second because it has the lower HP. But yeah, basically, not really much happening here. Finally retarget to this one. Finally get a good little strafe there. But overall, so guys, getting through to the rear line. We actually have some recon here, which is allowing me to see this track right here. And the Chieftain, bringing up some more AA in the form of the Mistrals to prevent any type of bombing runs that I think he's going to use against me. And we got a P4, or a Milan 2, that's going to be sitting over there. Over here, this guy kind of opens up, but now he can actually see me. So he does get the return shot to be able to take that out. We push up our recon just a little bit, but he's got SAS patrol there, so I can't really keep that recon there. Milan 2 though, gonna try deal with that warrior. He does get out of line of sight though. I did briefly see a unit over here fire, so I sent these Puma Pirates to deal with it. But well, they're sitting right above them, can't quite align their guns properly to be able to hit that. So gonna end up spreading those out in a second to be able to kill that off, so that I don't get anything sniped behind my line. See, now we're spreading them apart. Gonna retarget that, keeping the one close so that I just keep vision. And well, now the Puma Pirate can hit that, take it out. We got an LGB bomber just to take out his SAS patrol because I want to take out his eyes. And we're just kind of sending this guy from the town to this other area to protect our flank. Make sure he's not sending anything around here to kill my command. Also spot his command by moving up my SAS. See now, Royce sending in a bunch of infantry units protected with some of these warriors. So I'm trying to keep my infantry kind of the edge of the forest here so they can't really utilize that fire support. And then whenever these warriors do get close to my infantry, just hit them with the LREC. Unfortunately, we do miss the first shot there. So these guys get demolished pretty hard. Not really able to kill that warrior off as we miss again. So quite an unfavorable sequence. LGB bomber tries to hit the command there, but we didn't actually kill the command, so he's able to get right back in. So the guys do push up just to deal with that warrior there. I'm also moving up a VBL to get some more vision on what's coming across here. As we're still ticking at a +2, but we are losing our hold on this side, so I will need to kind of start putting more defenses up. Some type of Milan going for my guys, so gonna have to smoke those, pull those back. Also the recon that I had over here, really low HP, so I'm ordering some supply up to be able to fix that up so that we can then push our recon back forward. Maybe get some shots with the Milan too there. So we at least try and hit Scimitar. Gonna be able to get one more shot off. Kind of decide otherwise, just to pull back, try and save that. On the right though, we're now struggling. Put my Legionnaire Paras in the building with all the smoke around it, just to maybe buy us some time so that we can get some more infantry up here. As well, we haven't ordered anything yet, but just got a new tick, so we're gonna start buying some stuff there soon. See, I already got a cluster. It's mainly because I can see this chieftain here. I've also got LGB coming in, probably for this chieftain as well. Gonna go ahead and get some infantry in here as well, because we need something to deal with all his infantry that's coming. One of my Puma fighters went down, so just change the altitude there. Trying just to keep this behind his line. LGB though, he smokes in the wrong direction, so we're able to keep line of sight there. Actually able to take that out. That's because of these VBL Milans here, able to keep vision on that. But this infantry is quite an issue for me, as I now have no offensive units here. I do have this VBL Milan, which has one Milan 2 left. Already getting another Milan up, but this isn't units to really deal with his infantry. So really need these Chasseur Paras to arrive very quickly. Gonna buy a bomber and attempt to hit kind of the clustered up squads as best as possible, but he is spreading them out to all these different areas. So that's gonna be a big problem for me. So just holding on for as long as possible. He doesn't have any AT with this, so I can kind of soak a few shots here and there. Thankfully for me, he at least gets those units close together. So we take out 2 gun groups. Targeting where I thought his CV or his AA would be. Sure enough, that was where his CV was. So we get a really lucky strike there. That allows me to fully capture the zone. And then we can actually pull out. Thankfully, he actually does miss the Carl Gustav there. So my CV stays alive. But that full cap gets us back at a +2, which is really what I need. Since it looks like I'm going to lose this zone. That'll at least buy me time to maybe try and get capture on this zone. So that I can hold this, he can hold this side. That's kind of the thought process here. But I'm having a lot of trouble trying to dislodge him over here. Do at least get another Milan 2 from the other side to attempt to, get some shots off. My other Milan 2 now with the recon going to start pushing up. We at least killed the Scimitar, but I can't find any other shots so far. Other Milan 2 here, gonna get a nice Chieftain Mark 11 kill from the side there. I kind of forgot about all his Carl Gustavs here, but do unload in time, thankfully, and gonna move those guys up. So another cluster coming in for the tracked rapier there, because I want to try and get rid of his AA. Unfortunately, I changed the target just a little too late there, and he actually diverted from his run. So we don't get the kill on that, which is very unfortunate. On this side, our Milan 2 over here went down. Our other one taking a lot of damage. Our recon also went down, so we pretty much lost our entire pushing force to try and kick him out of the objective. I did get a Puma Pirate, just to kind of help out dealing with some of this infantry, kick him out. And well, VBL Milan on this side gonna at least help to keep any tanks or warriors from kind of just pushing across the open. Let's see if Bedford coming in. Gonna use another Milan 2 on that. Thankfully, get another good kill on some pioneers there. And well, closer this warrior gets, we can at least kill it off with the Chasseur Paras or the Sagai, as he's in vision now. At least one tap that. Looking for a good target with my LGB bomber. And then we're going to try and move one of our VBLs to the flank over here to maybe get some side shots on things that are advancing across. We see he finally got another command back in the zone. It did buy me a lot of time, got me a lot of points though. I decided just to go for a tank, I believe that was right there, but unfortunately lost vision on it, so the LGBs didn't actually fire. See, the BBL can actually spot that chieftain there. He is going to notice that though, pull that back. My Sagai here didn't quite notice in time, end up getting killed off there. And well, our opponent's starting to amass a lot of Chieftain Mark 11s. So gonna have to pull my infantry back from the edge. Don't want those to get fired upon. I'm gonna pull back the VBL as well, because I'm assuming he has recon infantry somewhere in here. He does end up sniping that VBL, unfortunately. And well, big problem, because it looks like he's actually doing his big push now. This VBL Milan gonna get a nice side shot on that chieftain there. So that's a really good kill. Now I decide it's time to really ruin these other two chieftains, because we're under a lot of pressure on this side with those chieftains around. So sending the planes in at the same time to have a better success rate. Also getting some more units over here because he's getting a little bold with these helicopters. So we see the LGB going for the one. He's going to find the kill. Cluster going for the other. Also gets a really nice kill there. And well, both planes going to be able to make it out alive. So that was really good for me. Do get slightly damaged though on both of them, but they at least make it out alive. Now, going to move across to Pamela to deal with these helicopters. Let's kind of kick him out over here, trying to save this VBL from getting just hit by the hell arm. I moved up both of my Sagais to deal with the SAS patrol, because that's this recon that's been spotting all my stuff. So that would be really good to deal with. See the Pamela firing away at the hell arm there. I do at least get the SAS patrol. I was trying to repair my infantry here. Unfortunately, these guys got engaged before I could fully repair them. But he is actually going to back off, so I'm going to back off with my infantry as well. Try and keep that squad alive. And the Pamela ends up dealing with the Gazelle and the Hell Arm for me. On this left-hand side, I'm deciding instead of engaging him from the front, because he has all these heavy tanks and units here, I'm going to attempt to get kind of in this tree line. I've also pushed up my other unit here so that I can use this tree line. So I'm already ordering some units there as well, including some more VBL Milans that I can just kind of put on the edges to cut them off from just sending in reinforcements down in here. But another little set of warriors coming in. So the VBL going to fire its last Milan too. At least find a kill on one of them. I have a couple of P4 Milan Paras, another Pamela as well, just to kind of sit over in this corner, do the same thing, try and get side shots on anything he's pushing across. See my VLRA there, gets hit by one of his Milan 2s, but my P4 is now going to start opening up, get another warrior there, get another warrior there. Just doing a nice job, but he does have quite a lot more infantry than me. I only have 2 squads of damaged chasseurs. So Jaguar HE going to come in, attempt to get both squads there, does find the kill on both squads. And well, somehow makes it out alive. So that was a really good run for me. And now I'm getting bold, pushing up over here, trying to deal with this last warrior. Unfortunately missed like 3 different Milan 2s there. And well, CV gets taken out by the armed rifles. So now he's going to have full control of the zone. He's going to be at a +2. As you see, Milan 2 finally connects there. I do lose a VBL recon Milan of my own though. And I still have this problem where he's just kind of in the corner of my zone. We also see a Challenger Mark II showing up. So I'm kind of split between defending this, trying to just hold this at all costs, and then trying to figure out a way to really push him out of here. Because I don't have heavy artillery as this division. I only have smoke mortars. So if he gets a command tank in there and I can't spot it or anything, it's going to be really difficult for me. I could bomb it, but that's not really going to be a winning strategy over time because he can just keep building up AA. So I'm thinking I really just need to kind of build up force in this left-hand corner and then push him at range where my Milan 2s can really do a lot of damage. So I'm just building up my ATGM wall. Thankfully, my Chasseur repair is going to be enough to be able to kick out his armed rifles. I'm trying to just move away from all his smoke because I feel like he's about to push with a lot of stuff again. So I want to be able to engage. But I do at least have some P4 Milans over here. I got some AA over here, so Hell Arms shouldn't be an issue. And well, my Paris SAS going to be able to spot 2 of his Chieftain tanks. So that'll be good. If I can just kind of move these Milans across, kind of kick these guys further out. As I was thinking, I could bring up some mortars as well, kind of smoke this area off and then push up with infantry to kick him out. That was kind of another thought process, but just going with the Milan 2s so far. I'm also kind of pushing forward this infantry to make sure he doesn't have any recon here. But he is able to see that, so that lets me know he's got recon kind of somewhere in this area since he was able to spot that infantry squad there. See a Milan 2 pair of his own. So going to smoke these guys off. Unfortunately, this guy was backwards for some reason. So he ends up smoking the wrong way, gets taken out. Bring in a command infantry, which is going to fully capture the zone. So that's going to put me at a nice +2. Fortunately, though, does get a CV right back in there. So we're back to just like a 400-point lead here, 500-point lead actually. But as long as this game keeps going on, our opponent has the advantage because he can just keep building up with armor. And the longer he can kind of build up a force to push me out, the harder of a time I'm going to have dealing with it. But I am kind of getting some more ATGMs up, trying to find good angles to hit his Chieftain Mark 11s. So doing a good bit of damage there, forcing that to pull back. I've got another Milan 2 already showing up to this building. See, this has pretty good line of sight. That's going to be another Chieftain Mark 11 dealt with. On here, though, I'm having an issue with these mortars that are just going to start trying to hit my command. I brought some Legionnaire pairs up. Unfortunately, one of them gets bombed. The Pomelis, though, going to at least be able to take that out. And one of our Chasseur pairs is going to go down. The other one, extremely weak from the bombing strike. He has some type of SAS patrol in here, so he's spotting all my units, so I'm having to pull those back. And well, we know he's got still a lot of chieftains here, even the Challenger Mark II. But thankfully these P4s have vision on that, so actually find another good hit there. Gonna force him to pull that back. Bringing forth another bomber to try and kick his infantry out of my zone again. Gonna find at least a nice hit, do a little bit of damage to my own squad though, but still have him alive. And we'll bring up some logistics for all these guys so I can push them forward. Can also move this guys a little bit to help fire support some of this infantry as they're advancing towards me. Milan 2 over here, got a nice hit on that chieftain. Unfortunately, he's now out of ammo, so really should have been paying attention to pull that guy back. Also moving one of my VBLs here to maybe help finish that off. Let's see, here's my mortars that I brought up. Let's kind of figure out what I want to do about this. Gonna decide just to kind of target this area in case he has just like a little cheap command vehicle. So gonna make sure to pepper that with some artillery, since that's kind of what he's doing to me on this side. Trying to run away with my command infantry because these mortars are doing a lot of damage to me. So just trying to run away from that. Fire can at least engage once he gets to my side of the tree line. See another Chieftain Mark 11 pushes up. Milan 2 at least gets a good hit on that. The VBL Milan over here is kind of keeping these warriors back. Able to get another nice warrior kill there. I'll have another squad of Legionnaire Paris that's now showing up. Unfortunately for me though, my command unit here, as it's trying to get back into the zone, takes a mortar to the side and dies from the shrapnel damage there. So very, very unfortunate, as now I have to order another command here, and our opponent's at a +2 tick. The good thing though, my mortars on this side at least force his CV out of the zone, so it's going to stop the tick, allow me time to kind of re-engage and get back in the zone. Also have this guy up here, so it lets me know this side's kind of completely clear. We see a lot of Gazelle rockets coming in now. I do have 2 sets of Mistrals. I also have some 20 mils, other Mistrals over here. So that's going to be helping to engage all that. I was going to push forward some recon into this area to better spot things in the tree line across. Fortunately, pushed those forward at the wrong time as all the Gazelle rockets were coming up. But we are slowly dealing with everything there. My VLRA here kind of moving across, trying to spot where his recon is. And 1 Gazelle left. Not gonna last too long. Nice little crash landing there. As our Mistrals are also gonna find another recon Gazelle. So I've kind of got my VBLs in good positions to get side shots on these chieftains while I push forward with the units here. I'm trying to hit this Milan 2 now, so I'm going to retarget that with the mortars that I've kind of been moving positions in case he decides to counter where I'm firing from. We also see he has a SAS patrol here. Lots of tanks, the tracked rapier. So you can see now I'm calling out all these planes. I'm basically going for his tanks. I'm going to send 1 cluster after the tracked rapier. But if I can kind of take all those units out, that would be really nice for me. So LGB dropped, gets a nice kill. Cluster goes for the Challenger 2, gets a nice kill. The other cluster goes for the tracked rapier and gets a nice kill. So very successful run there. As Tornado F3 gets a little too bold, flies over all my AA, gets taken out as he was chasing my cluster there. So I did some good damage there. Unfortunately, I just don't really have the units to push that, because I don't really have guys in position to take advantage of that. I do get another infantry command, though, in this right-hand zone. So we're able to kind of capture that back, put us back at a +2. So I do have some guys here for fire support against units that are kind of, mainly if infantry started pushing here, I wanted something to be able to kind of hit them in the open. Milan 2 there gets another warrior. Unfortunately, he has vision on the supply there, so he does take that out. You can see I've routed the rover with my mortaring, that little corner. So going to keep the +2 for a little bit longer, trying to run away my CV from all the mortars, because we're just going to get mortared to death. And I'm happy just to sit here for now. He does get that Chieftain Mark 11 in the zone, so this is going to be a bigger issue as it's armored, so can't really mortar that thing away. I don't have any armored CVs in my deck either. And well, unfortunately for me, he had some infantry here, so he was actually able to see that I was moving my command infantry back. So now that's just going to start eating a lot of these mortars. They're just hitting right on top of me. Doing a lot of damage to my command squad. So I'm trying to run back the other direction, dodge some of the mortars here, but Harrier bomber gonna be able to hit the mark as he did have vision on where that command was. We do at least shoot it down. But that's another CV down for me, and I believe this was my last command of the game. I have built up quite a lot of Milan 2s. On this side, though, that's mainly to push out against this. So I'm going to decide, well, let's move forward the Chasseur Paris. Let's keep the VBLs and the Milan 2s back, and then whatever armor kind of shows up, we can just fire upon it with all these Milans. So thankfully, the Chieftain there does miss the first shot. Allows my Milan 2 to hit. And well, he's going to try and smoke off, but gets actually destroyed there by the second VBL Milan. So we're going to fully cap this zone back, stop the tick. But he does still have that rover that's around there. So pushing forward my infantry now. And then whatever this infantry can spot, these Milan 2s can try and deal with. His Milan 2 able to spot my VBL Milan. So that means he has some recon that's kind of pushed up a little bit. Challenger Mark II there, very important target. Go for that with the LGB. Able to take it out. And well, I think this is where I saw some AA firing, so I end up marking that for a future strike. And well, we end up spotting some SAS patrol there. We also spot Challenger 2, as well as Tracked Rapier, so you can see all these Milans just opening up now. Another one gets a really nice hit there. Rover ends up getting hit. And we're just forcing him to kind of retreat out of the zone for now, as I got a big wave of infantry that's now showing up. So it's going to get bold here, get a bomber, try and hit my Milan. Does kill out 2 of them, a VBL and a Milan 2, but we end up taking that out. I'm also building up a force of Sagais to try and push across this side, get behind his line, cause him some more issues here, as he is starting to divert some forces from that side. Jaguar HEs, I briefly saw a command over here, so I pinged it and just bombed it. Turns out he actually left the zone to send that other rover this way. But because he left the zone and I just got my CV in, it's going to lead to a full capture of this. So we'll briefly be at a +4. I forgot to evac this bomber here. So unfortunately it does get shot down. We get punished pretty hard for that. And also doing a great job of dealing with the Harriers. Just kind of moving my Sagais around. And I'm fine just to kind of sit here like this because I don't think he has enough to push me there. So I got all this infantry now. It's just going to kind of hold this corner. I still have all these Milan 2s that are keeping him from really reinforcing too much there. You can see just a lot of Milan 2s. And well, we got these Sagais now rushing in behind him. Trying to just cause him to panic kind of over here, cut off his reinforcement lane. So our chasseurs doing a lot of good work against the scimitars. You can see we just got him pinched in here. I mean, he's just getting Milan from every angle. We get a nice hit on a warrior there. And well, now he knows something's wrong, so all these guys are going to try and open up on that tracked rapier. I'm going to elect to send a few of them forward. I'm going to send some this way to prevent them getting down this road. We do kill another warrior there. He's retreating with the CV now. See, unfortunately, we missed all 4 shots there on the tracked rapier. So that was a bit bad. And well, I didn't micro this too effectively. So I lose one there to the Challenger 2. And well, they have to get really close to hit the Challenger 2. So I really should have just re-aimed on this unit here. And they both miss. So very unfortunate. Another one goes down. This one at least gets a hit. Only does 1 damage though. And we missed the final shot. So we at least kept some in his rear line. Which probably would have been the smarter move in the first place. As if he ever decided to retreat from a heavy push this way, could just punish him with the Sagais. Now though, doing an airmobile drop on each side, as I had a lot of points kind of saved up at this point. So I want to take this area for good, so I'm using quite a lot of these airmobiles to basically just unload right on top of them. So you can see you're going to unload kind of close to the trees to deal with these tanks. Here, Challenger 2 trying to escape. And well, that's where this Apila's going to come in handy. As unfortunately missed the first shot, but Cluster going to come in, finish that off. He did clean up all the guys with the hell arms here. But on this side, we destroyed a lot of tanks. I believe a chieftain or something here. Maybe a couple of warriors. Now I'm pushing forward with my guys because I know he doesn't really have any AA here because of how much Pumas basically got through. And you can see that AA not firing, so my cluster's just kind of flying around. So basically, at this point, I'm thinking I soaked up all his AA. I push forward my P4 again. This is my last one. So I want to keep that secure at all costs, besides the one over here. And it's going to lead to a full cap of this zone. Hot 2 is basically chasing anything armored out of here. And well, now we're just collapsing from all sides, pushing across, getting in all these areas again, forcing him out. Jaguar Seed coming in for his command. Be able to take that out. I'm just flying with these seeds to basically see if he's firing at me. So they have 50% ECM, so they can soak up a lot of missiles. And well, he has some armed rifles behind me, but that's going to be cleared out pretty easily. Basically, we've fully broken through his entire front at this point in time. So I'm just using these seeds just to basically gun down anything. So we're just going for his AA. So Hot's going to be able to hit some of these mortars that are retreating. And my guys are actually out of ammo, so pulling these back, getting a Puma to basically resupply those in a minute. As LGB comes in, finishes off one of the tracked rapiers there. But at a +4, gonna win this in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. 7 minutes left in the game. It's pretty much impossible for him to come back at this point. So we'll just go ahead, fast forward a little bit. As you can see, just using a lot of air, securing the zones even more, buying more planes to send out to soak up any AA that he brings. Speed it up all the way. So we're just clustering some infantry there. Got our guys reloaded. Hot 2 is pushing up to finish off his command. And we reached the point limit. So obviously we traded pretty well. There were a few key moments in that game where we basically where we mass attacked his armor, got some really good kills. As Royce, currently ranked 3 in the game, he was ranked number 2 at this point when playing. Clearly has an issue with Warrior Milan spam at 85 points with the gun groups, which I can agree with. It's pretty strong. But really fun game there is 11th against First, which a lot of people are starting to play First Armored. It's a really strong division. So don't underestimate it. But also don't underestimate 11E. So you can see this LGB bomber. Killed a lot of chieftains in a Challenger 2. Jaguar HE did very good for itself. The cluster also just earning a lot of value as he couldn't really deal with my air effectively, and that was kind of what kept me in the game. Had a lot of good airstrikes against him, and we were able to keep him from kind of breaking through on our right-hand side, which really saved us. See on his side, though, his tracked rapiers did do well. but we kept the air coming, and this was mainly just kind of a the Puma Pirate meme push at the end, just because we had so much points, kind of a last ditch effort to kick him out of the zone and just end the game for us. But his chieftains would have been really hard to deal with if my arrow was shut down early. Just put it that way. Challenger Mark II killed plenty of my guys. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.